Now here at Joy News, we do agree with Mrs. Baumia that a lot of drivers need education, even though we believe enforcement of the law is the way to go. So my colleague, Israel Lye, invited one of the very experienced driving instructors, road safety consultant Cecil Gabra, to join him on a drive through town to observe the way people drive, and some of these offences are often committed. Buckle up for the ride.
Labadi now. That's the La General Hospital, and we're moving on to there's going to be it's a highway, I should say. Yes, so we're getting onto the highway, right?
Yes.
Or you wouldn't call this a highway?
Yes, it is. It is.
What's the speed limit around this place?
Well, where we are at the moment, you should drive at 20 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
And you must not touch your horn because we are around the hospital. That says the law.
Oh.
Yes, don't hoot your horn at any hospital.
Okay, so first thing, yes, this trotro driver is right in the middle of our way.
Yes, this is a traffic offense because he's not supposed to be here. He's supposed to go to the bus stop, and he has few moments at the bus stop. So this is wrong, and it's an issue
First
where
offense,
we need to talk about.
Vehicle
Yes.
GT 500615. Okay, so we're at this point we're joining, and I just need to be sure that it's clear to go. I believe I'm clear to go. But see this vehicle that's
Yes,
coming on
that's also one thing. He should have waited for you.
And here's another one. What is happening?
Well, this is Sakra driving, right? He's not supposed to be driving here. He's supposed to go to the last U-turn. And then if you look at the U-turn here, the U-turn is made for only one vehicle to turn at a time. U-turns are not for two vehicles.
So you can't come on the side of the vehicle?
No, you can. You can only come to the side of the vehicle if there's a vehicle in front of you or on the side that is negotiating the U-turn. Okay, so you have to wait for him. Now immediately you become parallel with that driver. That is a traffic offense. That should tell you that you are obscuring the vision
of the driver driving.
Yes, so it is a traffic offense. And then secondly, you are overlapping in the U-turn. Overlapping in the U-turn, and the other one that I mentioned, 2 offenses.
At this point, I'm doing 45 kilometers per hour. I think I can go some more. I can go a bit faster.
Yes, the law says you should drive on this road. Okay, this I cannot say it's a highway. This is a dual carriage road, and it is in the urban area.
All right.
Okay, so we can't call this as a highway. But however, the inner lane is for faster vehicles, so you must not stay in the inner lane if you cannot drive at least the stipulated law, which says 50 kilometers per hour when you are driving in town. But as you are coming to talk about it, that is really not possible. I always say it. Right, let's drive at 50 kilometers per hour and see. We'll be crawling.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm picking up the speed, so I'm at 50 now.
Okay.
50 looks fair to me.
Yes, that says the law.
All right.
Right, but in Israel, I'm telling you the fact that if you are alone on this dual carriage road, you not drive at 50. Right, if you want to drive at 50, then indicate to the right and stay in the outer lane. Now, if all of us, once again, will be driving at 50 kilometers per hour, which is the stipulated speed limit in the airline 2180164, okay, which says that the speed limit in town must be 50 kilometers per hour. If you are traveling on the highway, it is 80 kilometers per hour.
All right.
90 kilometers per hour. If you are traveling on the motorway, it is 100 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
But again, I believe in facts that laws must be changed and must be conformed to the street or the road at which we are driving at the moment. Because it's really impossible for all of us to drive at 50 kilometers per hour. Okay?
But if we drive at 50 kilometers per hour, at that speed, it is safe for everybody.
Yes, it is safe, but you see, I'm talking about the real facts that we see. That is the speed limit.
The point you're making is that people don't drive.
People don't drive
below 50 kilometers.
People don't drive.
So we should increase it.
Now look at the vehicle on the right. Right, this is about 70 kilometers per hour. But if we all are driving at 50 kilometers per hour, then I will say for a fact that at 50 kilometers per hour, if there's any crash, nobody will die for sure. We'll have minor injuries, whether you are in the car or even when you are knocked down, it will not be as serious as the speed 80 kilometers per hour. So again, if we refer to the bus incident that happened, when I saw the pictures, I just said no. The Dompoase case, this is 120, 140 kilometers per hour, because the faster you go, one, the much more difficult it is for you to stop your vehicle. And in driving, we have what we call stopping distances, braking distances, and thinking distances, right? When all comes to you as a human being behind the steering wheel, it makes a lot of sense that before you go on your brake, you will think. And if your speed is more than 80 kilometers per hour, right, now, the stopping distances will become longer as well as the braking distances. So you, of course, hit another vehicle, and the injury the injury of the people, the occupants, will be very serious because of this.
It's live on Joy News desk here on the Joy News channel with me, Daniel Dazi. Let me just inform you that we will be bringing you the live telecast of the commissioning of the 307 ambulances. What you see on your screen now are live images from the Independence Square, the Black Star Square, pardon me, where that launch and commissioning will take place a bit later in the day. Stay with us for that. In the meantime, though, First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joe Osei-Owusu, has also been speaking on the subject. Mr. Osei-Owusu, who is also a former DVLA boss, says discipline on our roads is the surest way to curbing the menace. He has pledged support for JoyNews' road safety campaign, #ArriveAlive.
Consistently ensuring that drivers are disciplined. Discipline in the acquisition of their driver's license, discipline in the maintenance of their vehicles, and discipline on the road. Because I used to argue that some of the things I see drivers do on the road, no licensed testing officer would pass such a person if he did the same thing during the driving test. We brought in, particularly the vehicle testing system, equipment to ensure that where human failings were compromising safety, machines would take care of them. But are we ensuring that all vehicles do it? As we speak, commercial vehicles are not required to go on the machines because commercial drivers are organized and they can demonstrate against governments, and governments are afraid. But otherwise, safety of you, the driver, and your passengers should be paramount. The rule, every driver knows that you cannot overtake at a place where you cannot see clearly up to 50 meters or more. But they do it all the time. What people do on the road, if we had money, we employ for every 110 kilometers, they have 2-3 policemen there, and then you make sure that we have cameras. If you breach any of the road use rules, you are punished. But we don't have that kind of money. There's competition between building more schools, classroom blocks, employing more teachers and nurses and hospitals, and employ more policemen to man the roads. We should also take responsibility as individual drivers. Congratulate you for starting that project. I'll support you with every information I have. But please, let's sustain and put the pressure on the drivers and the unions to accept voluntarily to have their vehicles tested.